Hey guys, so I just want to make this video real quick. It's kind of recapping another short one I made on my phone, but I thought I'd do one in here too. This dream I just had. Um, yeah, I was like, there's many parts to this, but the one that I was talking about first is the most recent part. But I realized after talking about it in the last one that there was like another whole, feels like another day that happened before that I remember. But I was out at this friend's ranch, and I was fixing fences, and I remember hammering in these nails and stuff. Really vivid. I was trying to get it exactly right. I remember swinging and putting my hips into it and getting it just right. And I was with somebody there, and they were trying to teach me how to do it. And then eventually, my friend Sherry, who owns a float center, came along and brought these other people out who were there to like help out with some things, or like they were either they owned the ranch or they were there to sponsor some things. And that's my cat, he's going crazy. Anyway, they were there to sponsor some things, and I had this feeling that they were supposed to help me with my podcast, and they were supposed to be sponsors of the podcast or something. And so I was like thinking in my mind of how to kind of talk to them, but I'm trying to remember everything. I was talking to them for a while about a bunch of different things, but they were like, they owned some kind of a hooping company, I think, something like that. And so Sherry, she introduced me to him. We were talking for a while, and then I talked about how I met Sherry, which is playing music with her son Bailey, and all kinds of cool shit. And then I remember getting really thirsty. I couldn't talk after a while because I was like my lip was like stuck to my teeth. So eventually I got a drink, and then right after that, shortly, me and some of the other workers, we were going to go run back to our cars to bring them up to the house to have dinner with these folks or something. And we start running, and I've never run like this before in a dream, but like it was so fun. It felt like we were running for miles through this trail in the woods. It's a pretty wide trail. It was kind of muddy. Mostly it was pretty muddy actually. And at some point we were running so fast it felt like we were skating, and like skating on the path. It was so cool. And like I was able to jump super far, and some of us were falling and splashing over. It was fun. And then eventually the run started to turn into like we were traveling down like through wormholes and stuff, and like through, you know, like these like almost like really trippy kind of looking spaces I've only experienced on psychedelics and things like that, but like kind of like Alex Gray's artwork. I was like flying through that. It was just super fun, and it was like I could dance with it, and the scenery would change to the way that I felt as you were flying through. It felt like forever. And then the next thing I know, I wake up in another bed in another room somewhere, and my friends are there that were running with us, and they're like, yeah, we slept for like 11 hours or 15 hours or something crazy like that. No, here's what happened before we went to bed. My friend, this is what stuck out to me. My friend Matt, he was looking at me, he was looking at my arm, and he was like noticing something that wasn't quite there yet. But he's like, you know, if you ran that hard, you're still in this. You still got it. And he was looking at my shoulder, like over here, and he's like, "What's that?" I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Is that a tattoo or something you're getting?" And I was like, "I was thinking about getting a bear claw here or something, or even across my chest, like opening my heart." But he's like, "Yeah, you mean like a bear case?" I was like, "I didn't think about getting a case, like something that would cover my shoulder, this arm, and upper back." And I was like, "Huh, actually sounds like a really, really awesome idea." And he was like, "Yeah, you should do that." I was like, "Oh yeah." So then I went and slept for like 15 hours because I was exhausted. And I can't remember what my friend said. He said something about like some kind of a saying about being from St. Louis. But I got up and I started to wake up in that dream, and said been like 15 hours. Like shit, like I gotta go to work, you know. And then it ended up being like I like started to slowly wake up and here, and then it ended up only being like an hour. What's crazy is that what happened before that was I was here at the house with Lauren, and I noticed walking up the stairs. When I walked up the stairs, it was nighttime. But there was this dog outside. Oh my god, it was like a Great Dane, but it ended up being like 10 feet tall. And his body was out of proportion. Like it was so tall, but it still had the same size body of a Great Dane. So really weird long legs. It was getting caught up in the neighbor's fence. And I got Lauren. I was like, Lauren, you have to look at this dog. This is the most fucked up thing. And then I had a vision of it going through this gas station, being in a gas station and like climbing over the shelves. But it reminded me of those things from War of the Worlds, and so like that was happening, and then I saw on some kind of a sign that it was September 11th. I was like, what the hell? And I'm like, they're gonna try to pull some shit that's just like ridiculous. That's gonna make it seem like it's the War of the Worlds or some kind of alien invasion thing. That's what I was telling her. I'm like, this is stupid. This is all fake. And then a little bit later on, I'm down here in my basement getting prepared. Or maybe this is before. This might have been before. I remember things backwards sometimes in dreams. But, I'm sleeping down here on this couch. And when I woke up in this dream, the couch was actually, like, my computer desk was stretched out back here. And I was trying to put a tapestry behind it. And I was here with Christian Kellerman, and he was helping me stretch the tapestry out, and we were having issues with it, and then eventually just kind of gave up on it, and then my best friend Nick was here, and he like was trying to help me with it too, but then we just ended up putting it away somewhere. And what else happened? And I was like looking through, and all this stuff we had like 4 different washing machines and dryers down here with all kinds of clothes folded in like they were cabinets. It was so weird. I don't really know what to make of all that, but definitely felt like something new was ramping up, something different. And that might have been preparing for what I was about to experience with everything else there. I've never had a lucid dream where I felt like I was like skating and running and like flying through dimensions. I was literally flying through what felt like I could have turned left or right and been in a whole other dimension, but I was just flying through space-time. Man, I wish I could draw it. If I could draw it, if I spent the time on it, I really could draw what it looks like. So maybe I'll hop on that. That'd be cool. It reminds me of this bear drawing that I'm doing right now. Actually, it's what's interesting. Speaking of bear, I showed this in the last video too, but I got my friend gave me this. Who did my tattoo? It's bear claw and deer antler. I've been wearing it. It's powerful medicine. Shout out to Arrow. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna turn in for the rest of the night. It's about 3 in the morning. I went to bed about 2. So yeah, felt like I literally experienced probably at least a couple days very vividly and lucidly, if that's a word. And I just had to record it because there's no way I could write all that down. And I think video is probably a good platform for me to start doing this. But yeah, love you guys, and I may do another video yet tonight. Who knows? So see ya.